And now in here, this room looks, you know, pretty simple. There's a couple of Ray-Deads, a couple silver rupees around we could probably get by long-shotting. But now if we use the Lens of Truth, it's pretty much riddled with spike pits, so just make sure you're somewhat careful of where you step. It's probably not a bad idea to just keep this thing on all the time. I'm surprised he didn't freeze me. Oh well, I guess the big Goron sword just has that good of a reach, but... we defeat those guys and a chest appears, but again, I'm pretty sure that chest just has a blue rupee in it. Yep, there you go. So we need to be picking up all of the silver rupees, of course. Just making sure not to accidentally step on the spikes. And your Lens of Truth also deactivates every time you use the long shot, so just keep that in mind. Go ahead and get this one. It really doesn't matter what order you tackle these in, you know, as long as you eventually get them all, of course. Is that really... There should be... There's 2 left, right? Yeah, okay, there's 2. So we need to go over here, and if we look up, there's a long shot target. You want to get this one by sort of standing in the middle, and on the way up, you'll grab it. Then you drop down and grab the last one, and that'll open the door. So, really not that complicated. Just make sure you don't take unnecessary damage. Now, as we go through here, we've got a room with a giant skull in front of us, which is very creepy. We want to be taking out the keys, because the door behind us will not unseal itself until we do. So I suppose we should get on that. I think, yeah, there's one up there, too. There we are. And up here. Get out of here. Alright, I think there's also one on the other side up here. You don't really have to do this with arrows from a distance if you don't want, but I figure we might as well. And of course, this last one, there it goes, okay. It's like I'm going to miss a million times on the last one. And then once we kill them all, the door unseals itself. So there you go, that's how we get back out. But we want to come up here. You can also see the gold skulltula down there. We'll get to that in just a second. But for now, let's head on up. We got some bomb flowers, which kind of gives us a clue. We want to take a bomb and throw it into the skull here. When we do, the whole thing's going to explode, and you can see the key fly out, so that's what we're here for. Pick it up, and there we go. And now remember to take care of the skulltula, of course. Alright, that is not the last skulltula. There's still, I think, just one more. In fact, you know, actually, I think there are 2 more, but whatever. We'll get them all soon, so don't worry. So let's go over here, and there is an invisible long-shot target. I really don't want to have to get my Lens of Truth out. Wow, I'm surprised I hit it, but there you go. We can use the key that we just got on the door. Like I said, you don't keep keys for long, so... now we need to head on out this way. We've got some blade traps, and we also have a fan. This thing will, of course, blow you back and make you move really slow. You can fight against it by walking towards it, but you really won't be able to avoid the blade traps that way, so you really just need to wait for it to stop and then make on through this way. Now here we've got a giant skulltula to deal with, so let's take care of them. And this fan, I think, is actually really powerful, so we're going to put on the iron boots so we can't get blown back. Alright, we're back at full health. Awesome. And then here we've got to long shot across. You do need the iron boots because this fan will just blow you back into that pit if you're not careful. So I suppose if you time it right, you don't technically need it, but you want to keep it on here, of course, because there are fans on either side. So here, basically, this little, the eye switches up there. It's actually going to shoot fire out at us. So it's a good idea to sit here and block it. And if you want to take care of it, it might not be a bad idea, but it doesn't shoot that often. So make sure, yeah, good shot there. You have to wait for it to open its eye, of course. And there we are. Now, once we get here, we've got a fan to our right. We also have a door in front of us, but I don't think there's anything useful beyond there. Our target is over here if we get out the Lens of Truth. You can see there's an invisible wall there that we can go on through. So we're going to have to use the hover boots to get across. And, of course, the fan helps sort of push you along there, so that's always nice. And now, once we get in here, I'm going to switch back to the Kokiri Boots because I don't want to have no traction while fighting. Oh, man, and he's going to hit me, too. Oh, wow, I'm surprised. Alright, this one. There we go. Wow, I got frozen, but he was dead. That's awesome. I've never seen that happen before. So once we kill them, a chest is going to appear, and of course we're going to want to open it. And we're going to find... Blue rupee? What? That's cheating. Oh, well, yeah, so you can kind of see there is another chest over there on the southeast. If you look on the map, that one's pretty obvious. We can bomb this little pile of rubble out. There's a little gash on it on the top, I guess, to sort of clue you in that you can bomb it. And use the Lens of Truth. And open this chest here. And that will give us a small key. Awesome. So now let's make our way through, and you can probably guess we're going to be using the small key on this door up here. Well, no, that was short-lived, but oh, there you go. And then once we get here, this is probably one of the more memorable areas of the Shadow Temple. There's this giant boat here that we're going to be dealing with, of course. And you can also see there's a block that we can pull out, so we're definitely going to do so. You can also hear a Skulltula, at least you should be able to. So we're going to be dealing with that in just a minute. You can see there is sort of a grating leading up here. I think this is sort of the area that would take us back to remember when we were in the first giant scythe room. I said not to go in that one passageway because it's a pit that would drop you down. I think that's where it would take you. And of course you couldn't continue any further because you couldn't move the block from up there. So that's just kind of a dead end, you know. So there you go. I'm pretty sure that's where it comes out at. At least it's somewhere in that area, so there you go. But we're going to be pushing the block all the way over here. I don't know if I pointed it out. I probably didn't, but there's a ladder up there. You might have been able to see it. So we're going to have to push the block in order to get up to it. There it is. Now we can climb on up and onto the boat. You can see there's a giant Triforce Crest here. I guess you can't check it, but you kind of know what to do when you see those. But first we want to come over here, and this is probably where the long shot becomes incredibly awesome. Check this out. You can actually hit this Skulltula from all the way over here. That's like, I think that's like the longest Skulltula shot I make in the game, so that's kind of neat. But also recovery hearts over there. You can see Navi fluttering. If you want, you can use the Scarecrow song to actually get your way over there, but we don't really need to since we got the Skulltula. So I'm gonna stand on this crest here, and anytime you see a crest, you know what to do. We're gonna play the song, the only song we ever play. Then once we do that, the bells start ringing. And we get a move on. Kind of cool. I don't know why it has to bob up and down so violently like that, but it's got wheels too, which I find kind of entertaining, but I really don't know why that is. But, oh well, I suppose I won't argue with whoever made it. So we get going, and of course we're going to be attacked along the way. It couldn't just be a peaceful ride. These guys, there's only a couple of them. Once we kill this one, another one's going to drop down, and we'll have to deal with it. But after we deal with the second one, that's all there is. So, well, if he'd ever, there it goes. It's like if he'd ever show up. Whoa, I didn't even mean to do that, but there you go. See, once I get the big Oron sword, I pretty much just go to town on those guys. I don't even bother playing around like I did before. So now we can just kind of enjoy the view. It's not very scenic, but... well, it's interesting, I guess. Oh, there's a face up there. Then once we get up here, you can see there's some more stuff over to our left. I feel like a tour guide. If you look on your left, you will see a gigantic pillar and a locked door and some bomb flowers. So we want to jump off here, as Navi's going to point out in a second. There it is. Ship is sinking. Get to a safe platform, except I'm already there, so you're a little late. Can't really do anything once we get here except to go through the door ahead of us. So that's pretty much what we're going to do. Now once we get in here, this looks like a big open room with a bunch of floor masters, but of course, Lens of Truth reveals that it is something else entirely. It's kind of a rudimentary maze. It really isn't hard to get around because it's so small. But we're pretty much going to tackle, there are 4 rooms, as you can probably guess if you look at the map, on each of the 4 cardinal directions. So we're pretty much just going to go counterclockwise, take north, west, south, and then go back to the east and leave. And once we get in here, we've got some spiked walls closing in on us. We should probably do something about this, but I'm not sure what we should... okay, we could probably use the dense fire on this thing. Oh, no, go back. There we go. I guess I could have afforded to have waited a few more seconds, but I don't want to, I didn't want to actually, get hit there. That would have been stupid. Then we can take out the Redhead, who's guarding this ornate chest here, and of course this is going to give us the boss key. What else? This is what this chest always gives us. There we we are. Alright, there's another Redead over there, but we don't really care about him. I think he's just guarding, you know, something useless. Blue rupee, probably, like every other chest in this place. Now we are going to head over to the west side, which is right here. And then we got a room with 3 skulls in it, much like the one that only had 1. If you want to go up to the top, you can throw bombs in each of them, but all you'll get out of it is rupees. The only thing I am here for is to get this Skulltula on the wall here. There it is. Alright, let's see how we're doing here on Skulltulas. Yep, we got them all. Okay, I thought that might have been the last one, but there we go. We do have all of the Skulltulas. And we're also pretty close to finishing this. You can see we're right next to the boss chamber. We've explored every other room, so we are just about done. It's gone by pretty quickly, actually, so... it's not really that complicated. I mean, as far as the dungeon is concerned, it's actually, you know, somewhat easy to get through. It's just how annoying some of the obstacles can be, you know? Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, and also while you're using the Lens of Truth, if you do a quick spin, you won't get the magic thing coming out of it, because you're already using magic on the lens, so... then in here we've got an invisible floor master to be taken care of. Then I like to... Ah, I missed one. But you can kind of guess where it lands if you want to use the quick spin. Other than that, there's only one left, so it's easy to take out. Then, of course, once you defeat it, the door's going to unseal and a chest will appear, as usual. We've kind of gotten used to that by now. And we can open it. Let's get a small key. And remember, I also actually pointed out a locked door before while I was in tour guide mode. So that's what we're going to use it on, which is just right outside, actually. So, again, we're not going to keep it very long. So let's just head back and... oh, I thought it would be this one. I guess it's the next one up. And we can go back through the east door, and this will take us back out to the room where we got off of the ship. Now, in order to get across, we're going to have to get a little bit creative, and I actually really like this. Let's see. Let's first see if we can find some recovery hearts in here. Nope. Okay, I guess not. You can see there's a giant pillar over there with a bunch of bomb flowers next to it. So we are going to get out our arrows and shoot at the bomb flower. When we do that, it's going to explode. And there it goes. Oh, fall right on top of me there. That was kind of awesome. So we can, of course, now use this as a bridge to get across. Like I said, I really like that. I think that's pretty creative. So, you know, I got to definitely give them props for that. I got some recovery hearts up here. If you want, you can play the Song of Time to make a block appear. Once you're up there, play the Scarecrow song to get up there. But there are just recovery hearts on all of those. So if you don't really need the life, then I wouldn't bother wasting the time. I don't need the magic either, but whatever. And then we can use our key, and I think that should be the final one, yep, because there's the boss door. Now, here we've got more invisible platforms so we can get across. If you want, in fact, I'm going to switch over to the hover boots. That'll sort of let us take a little shortcut. We can just go to the left. And then back to the right again. There we are. Now I'm going to switch back over to the Kokiri Boots because we are just about ready to face the boss, and I do not want to face him wearing the hover boots. So we can head in. And this is a pretty cool little waiting room, if you ask me. I kind of like it. Like, the walls are completely made of skulls. It's crazy. But anyway, we, of course, want to drop on down this big, ominous hole here. Can't really even see what's at the bottom, but let's do it. This is the Phantom Shadow Beast Bongo. And of course, he's playing a bongo. Oh, go figure. So what we need to do is I'm going to put my arrows back on a more main button and then put this over there because we're going to need both, of course. So we want to pretty much just Z-target the hands, shoot one of them, the other one will attack. If he does an open palm attack, he can just shoot him. He can also do like a fist. Then once you do that, use the Lens of Truth to make his big, fat, ugly head appear. Hit him with an arrow, and then hit him with a jump attack, and pretty much repeat. That's about all you're going to see out of this guy. It's really not that hard, but it is kind of neat, and I did not see that attack coming, but there you go. Once you shoot both of his hands, again, that's the truth. Make his big, fat, ugly head appear, shoot him, jump attack. I don't know if you can hit him more than once. Oh, wow, I guess you can. I hit him 3 times, and that's awesome. He only actually needs 1 more to go with jump attacks from the big Goron sword, so he's just about done. Now we can hit him. Oh, that was really close again. shoot his big ugly head. Jump attack, and he's done. What do you know? That was really quick. So, yeah, I mean, that did go kind of quickly, but you pretty much saw everything he has to do. The only thing he didn't really do was shoot his fist at you, which is just like the open palm attack, except obviously a fist, so... Pretty easy boss, but he is really neat, so I guess we should sort of excuse him for that. And of course, if you do run out of arrows or magic in order to use the Lens of Truth, then when you shoot the hands, they will actually drop some. So it's not like you can just get completely screwed over here. So we pick up the heart container. We're up to 17. Is that 17? No, that's 18. There's only 2 left. So, well, there you go. We're just about done with that, too. And also, as far as Skulltulas are concerned, I didn't point this out earlier, but check this out. 86. There's only 14 left in the game. So, nice. We're making definitely pretty good progress. Alright, so we should now step into the blue beam of light and say goodbye to the Shadow Temple. It's not that bad to get through. I mean, I will admit that after I practiced it a little bit, I realized it is actually quite easy. So maybe I shouldn't really call it my least favorite anymore. But as far as the atmosphere is concerned, like I said at the very beginning, it's done really well. The whole death and darkness and illusion and creepiness aspect is there in spades. So they did a really good job with that temple. I got to applaud them. The boy with the noble Zelda's ocarina, as I expected, you have come. I am Impa, one of the Sheikah. I am Princess Zelda's caretaker, and I am also the sage who guards the Shadow Temple. Yeah, I already knew who you are. You don't have to introduce yourself again. We Sheikah have served the royalty of Hyrule from generation to generation as attendants. However, on that day 7 years ago, Ganondorf suddenly attacked, and Hyrule Castle surrendered after a short time. Ganondorf's target was one of the keys to the Sacred Realm, the hidden treasure of the royal family, the Ocarina of Time. My duty bound me to take Zelda out of Ganondorf's reach. When last I saw you, as we made our escape from the castle, you were just a lad. Now I see that you have become a fine hero. Yeah, I was a hero back then, too. There's nothing to worry about. The princess is safe now. Oh, really? Yeah, we haven't seen her yet, have we? Soon you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face, and she will explain everything. That is when we, the 6 Wise Ones, will seal up the evil king and return peace to Hyrule. I have to stay here. You go to Princess Zelda's side and protect her on my behalf. Now I put my power, which should be helpful to you, into this medallion. And we have, of course, received the Shadow Medallion. Impa awakens as the sage and adds her power to yours. Please look out for the princess. And there we go. That's going to do it for the Shadow Temple. No big fancy cinematic as we're leaving or anything. Just back out here in the graveyard and ready to go. And now that we've completed the Shadow Temple, we're actually getting very close to the end of the game. As you can see, we've gotten all but 1 temple now. So that one right there is the last one we have to take care of. So we are definitely actually making really good progress. And, you know, we got 86 Skulltulas. We've got 18 hearts. There's only 3 more heart pieces left to get. So... it's closer to the end than you might think, but, well, there you go. And we've also got almost all of our equipment, too. Looks like we still got a couple more arrow upgrades and 1 more little magic attack there. And we'll definitely be picking those up as we go along. Still haven't filled up my empty bottles, but, well, I'm just lazy like that. But anyway, as you can see on the map, our next destinations are Gerudo Valley and Gerudo's Fortress, so that's pretty much where we're going to be heading next time. You know, we're going to have to deal with a bunch of stuff there. We really haven't explored on the western side that much at all because we couldn't get in as a kid. So, going to get to see some pretty new stuff. It's going to be awesome. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.